The disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley remains a haunting mystery that has captivated the true crime community for over 2 decades. A talented athlete and recent college graduate, Amy vanished without a trace from a Caribbean cruise in 1998, sparking numerous theories and extensive investigations. From reported sightings to compelling leads and heartbreaking scams, the search for Amy has navigated through twists and turns, leaving her family and investigators grappling with unanswered questions. This is Fireside Unsolved, Episode 86, The Unsolved Disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. Amy Lynn Bradley, born on May 12, 1974, in Petersburg, Virginia, was a woman of many talents and aspirations. A standout athlete, she earned a degree in physical education from Longwood University on a basketball scholarship, and her expertise extended to lifeguarding, where her swimming skills were renowned. Following graduation, Amy was poised to start a new chapter in her life, having secured a position at a prominent computer consulting firm. To celebrate this milestone, she joined her family on a luxurious cruise aboard the Royal Caribbean international ship Rhapsody of the Seas, bound for the picturesque island of Curaçao in the Dutch Caribbean. On Saturday, March 21, 1998, Amy Lynn Bradley and her family set sail on the Royal Caribbean cruise from San Juan, Puerto Rico, for Curaçao. Their first stop was the serene and picturesque island of Aruba, where the sun-drenched beaches promised relaxation and adventure. By Monday, March 23, 1998, the Rhapsody of the Seas had left Aruba behind, cutting through the deep blue of international waters en route to its next destination, Curaçao in the Netherlands Antilles. The cruise, intended as a celebration, was about to take a dark and unexpected turn that would change the Bradley family and spark one of the most enduring mysteries in maritime history. Before her disappearance, Amy Lynn Bradley and her brother Brad enjoyed a lively evening aboard the Rhapsody of the Seas. The night was filled with dancing at a Mardi Gras-themed nightclub party, accompanied by the ship's band, Blue Orchid. Among the band members was Alistair Douglas, known as Yellow, who shared drinks and danced with Amy that night. A videographer named Chris Fenwick captured a poignant moment of Amy and Yellow dancing together. As the night wore on, Brad decided to return to their family cabin, arriving precisely at 3:35 a.m., according to the ship's computerized door lock system. Amy arrived just 5 minutes later. The siblings spent some time on the suite's balcony, chatting and soaking in the night air. Eventually, Brad went to bed, leaving Amy on the balcony, where she remained awake for a while longer before eventually dozing off. Between 5:15 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. on March 24, 1998, Amy's father Ron woke up to check on his children. He noticed Amy still asleep on a lounge chair on their cabin's balcony. Recalling the moment, Ron later shared with local papers, "I could see Amy's legs from her hips down. I dozed back off to sleep. The balcony door was closed because if it hadn't been closed, I would have gotten up and closed it." At 6 a.m., when Ron woke up again, Amy was no longer on the balcony. Her cigarettes and lighter were missing. Concerned, Ron began searching the cruise ship, hoping to find her. "When I couldn't find her, I didn't really know what to think, because it was very much unlike Amy to leave and not tell us where she was going," he later explained. At 6:30 a.m., Ron woke the rest of the family, informing them that Amy was missing. Amy's family immediately notified the ship's crew, urging them to prevent the 2,000 passengers from disembarking and to make an announcement to aid in locating her. However, the purser's office initially deemed it too early for a ship-wide announcement. It wasn't until 7:50 a.m., after most passengers had already left the ship, that an announcement finally went out. "Will Amy Bradley please come to the purser's desk?" Between 12:15 p.m. and 1 p.m., the cruise staff conducted a search of the ship but found no trace of Amy. The delay in initiating the search and investigation, coupled with the decision to allow passengers to disembark, drew sharp criticism for potentially compromising the chances of finding Amy. The Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard launched an exhaustive 4-day search that concluded on March 27, 1998. Following this, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines chartered a boat to continue the search efforts. The Coast Guard deployed 3 helicopters and a radar plane in their extensive operations, scouring the area for any sign of Amy Lynn Bradley. Initially, authorities speculated that Amy may have fallen overboard, or possibly taken her own life. However, this theory was quickly discarded due to Amy's exceptional swimming skills and the absence of her body in the waters. Furthermore, there was a lack of evidence suggesting foul play. On the morning of Amy's disappearance, 2 passengers approached Ron, claiming they had seen a woman resembling Amy in an elevator heading towards the ship's deck, carrying cigarettes and a lighter. Despite this lead, it did not yield any conclusive findings. Additionally, a taxi driver reported an encounter with a woman matching Amy's description, urgently seeking to use a phone. However, authorities were unable to confirm this sighting. In August 1998, a Canadian computer engineer came forward with a compelling sighting. He alleged to have seen Amy walking with two men on a beach in Curaçao, 5 months after her disappearance gained public attention. The witness stated the woman attempted to get his attention before disappearing into a nearby cafe. He asserted that the woman's tattoos matched those of Amy Bradley, claiming he was 2 feet away from her and certain of her identity. In January 1999, a U.S. Navy petty officer made a startling revelation. He alleged that he had encountered a woman at a brothel in Curaçao who identified herself as Amy Bradley. According to the petty officer, she pleaded for help, stating that she was being held against her will and unable to leave. Fearful for his Navy career, he did not report the incident at the time. It was only after retiring and seeing Amy's photo in a magazine that he contacted her family. Despite his detailed account, there was no corroborating evidence to substantiate his claim. Later that fall, Amy's parents received an email from someone identifying as Frank Jones, a self-proclaimed Navy SEAL and former U.S. Army Special Officer. Jones claimed his team had spotted Amy being held by heavily armed Colombian personnel in a fortified housing complex surrounded by barbed wire. He accurately described Amy's tattoos and even sang a lullaby known only to Amy's mother, adding a chilling credibility to his story. Over the following months, Frank Jones continued to feed Amy's family with updates and alleged sightings of their daughter. He eventually requested additional funds to finance a rescue attempt. Trusting in Jones's purported mission, the Bradleys sent him a total of $210,000 to support the search for Amy, anxiously awaiting news of the rescue mission's progress. But no such updates materialized. It later emerged that Jones had fabricated the entire story as a scam to extort money from the Bradleys. In February 2002, federal prosecutors in Richmond charged him with defrauding the Bradleys of approximately $24,000 and the National Missing Children's Organization of approximately $186,000. Jones pleaded guilty to mail fraud in April and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. This cruel deception only deepened the Bradleys' anguish, further complicating the already harrowing search for their missing daughter. In March 2005, a potential sighting of Amy Bradley was reported by a witness named Judy Moorer at a department store restroom in Barbados. Moorer recounted that a woman accompanied by 3 men entered the restroom, where the men allegedly threatened her if she did not comply with their demands. According to Moorer, after the men briefly left, she approached the distressed woman who identified herself as Amy and mentioned she was from Virginia. Before Maurer could intervene further, the men returned and forcibly took her away. Maurer promptly alerted authorities, who proceeded to create composite sketches of the 3 men and Amy based on her detailed account. On November 17, 2005, Amy Bradley's parents appeared on an episode of Dr. Phil where they shared a disturbing development. They received an email containing 2 photographs of a young woman who bore a striking resemblance to Amy. The email suggested that she might have been sold into the world of underground trafficking. These images were posted on the Bradley family website and caught the attention of an organization specializing in tracking victims involved in those circumstances beyond their control. The woman in the photos, known as Jazz, was described as appearing distraught and despondent, further deepening the mystery surrounding Amy's disappearance. Her mother noted that Amy, admired by many, might have been viewed as a trophy. Suspicions also arose around cruise staff and band members present that night. For instance, Yellow, the band member seen dancing with Amy the evening she disappeared, provided conflicting statements to authorities compared to CCTV footage. Concerns were also raised about a waiter who persistently approached Amy's family, attempting to deliver a note, inviting her for drinks, when the ship arrived back at the dock. Amy's family also discovered, strangely, that none of her photos were included among those printed by a professional photographer on board, fueling suspicion that they may have been intentionally removed. Authorities have explored various theories surrounding the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley, including one suggesting she may have been murdered on board the ship and her body disposed of at sea, possibly supported by the discovery of a jawbone washed ashore in Aruba in 2010. Initially, there was speculation that it might be related to the case of Natalie Holloway. However, subsequent testing ruled out any connection to the Holloway case, leading authorities to halt further investigation. Despite the fact that there were 9 other Caribbean vacationers that were said to be missing, no DNA testing was done on the material. It was confirmed to be human and likely of Caucasian origin. Amy Lynn Bradley was officially declared legally deceased on March 24, 2010, 12 years after her disappearance, despite the absence of witnesses or her body. Currently, the FBI offers a reward of up to $25,000 for any information leading to the recovery of Amy Lynn Bradley, or for information that could result in the arrest or conviction of those responsible for her disappearance. Additionally, Amy's family has pledged a reward of $250,000 for information leading to her safe return, and an additional $50,000 for information pinpointing her current whereabouts. Despite the passage of time, Amy Lynn Bradley's case continues to resonate deeply with those touched by her story. Her family's unwavering determination, coupled with ongoing efforts from law enforcement and concerned individuals worldwide, reflects a steadfast commitment to uncovering the truth. As theories evolve and investigations persist, the search for Amy remains an open chapter, driven by the hope that one day answers will be found. Until then, her memory endures, and the plea for information stands strong. Thank you for joining us around the fire for this episode, and we'll see you next time. Fireside.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.